Hello YouTube, this is my review of the Ecobee 3 thermostat. Got the new house, basically wanted to upgrade it to Wi-Fi thermostats, and I was looking at what they had available. At my old house I tried installing one but didn't have a C-wire. Didn't really feel like rewiring the house, so I went with the Ecobee 3. It's an awesome thermostat, basically. What makes the Ecobee 3 better than I think any thermostat out there, including the Nest, is that it has remote sensors and everything. So, not only does it read it from here, it has like an occupancy sensor here. In fact, when you look at it as you walk by, if it hasn't been on in a while, this is obviously showing me everything that's on there. But if you haven't, if you look right at it, it'll just pop this up, knowing that you're there. And it has various features. Installation I'll go over at a later point because I don't feel like going up to the HVAC unit I had to do things on. I will say that I had a little bit of trouble installing this by myself. I learned a lot about HVAC by doing it, let's put it that way. And luckily I was able to have extra wires in the back of this to hook up a C-wire, because it does need what we call a C-wire, which is a common wire, which has to give 24 volts to the thermostat at all time to make sure that it's powered up and working. And that's what keeps it, powered up to connect to the internet and everything. So let's look at some of the features of this Ecobee 3. First off, it's holding at 70, because if you just want to hold at a certain place for temperature, you got this circle thing. So put your finger on it, you go up and down, and it will adjust the temperature to that temperature. If you hit this menu right here, it tells you everything you need. This thermostat right now is only controlling an air conditioner, because I only wanted to try one at first. So we're not in heating season yet, but I will be having the other ones changed over to an Ecobee 3 to work with everything. So you got your system. It automatically detects what your wiring is. So that's why it knows it only has HVAC on there, because there's no W wire. W wire is for heat. That's why I said that you learn a lot by installing it yourself. Sensors. I bought an extra pack of sensors. I have currently 3 remote sensors. If you notice it says air conditioning, that's this unit right here, okay? Because this acts as a sensor for the temperature. But I got one in the kitchen, one in the living room downstairs, and one in my master bedroom. And if you notice, my master bedroom is like always warmer than the others. So it's cool at night, because what the sensors do, they sense occupancy, and they include that temperature in the temperature data. So if you have a big house, it's just 2,300 square feet in here. But if you have a big house and you set it to like 70, for example, it's gonna go for the occupied units, and it's gonna have an algorithm to make sure that it's comfortable. So right now in the living room, if someone's down there, it's going to try to get it down to 70, which you would think, oh, it uses the AC more. Well, yeah, it does. But you can also have it so that when it's nighttime and you have the sleep schedule going on, it'll only read the master bedroom and the air conditioning one that I have here, because it's upstairs, and it will not read the kitchen and the living room. And therefore, if it's cooler up here, it won't turn on the AC if it's to where you want it to be. Has a follow me. That means the average temperature from all the selected sensors will be used. That's a good thing, because it basically will know where you are and fire up the AC according to where you are. So that's it for sensors. That's why the Ecobee 3 is awesome. Schedule. They have a sleep, home and away schedule. Right now it's in the summer, and I'm a teacher, so therefore I have this set to 72 even when I sleep and I'm home. When I'm away, I have it set to 82. But just to show you, you can actually set this to a schedule, and I'll be changing this for the school schedule in 2 weeks. But you can set it to whatever you want. If you're home and you want it to be 75 degrees, don't know why you'd want to do that in AC, but if you did, you could just change the home to 75, and you can also change the starting time of when the day schedule would start. So it's got lots of scheduling features. Comfort settings. This is where you actually define what home is for temperature. 72, fan is auto, and it uses all 4 sensors when I'm home. Again, it determines where you are in the house first, and then it uses the temperature if it needs it. When I'm away, it's 82 degrees because I don't really want it on. Fan's on auto, and I have all 4 sensors there. And when I'm sleeping, I only use 2 sensors. I use air conditioning in the master bedroom because that's upstairs, because no one should be downstairs if you're sleeping. And you can't override any of that stuff at any time. This is just the master. This is what's going to go to at those times unless you override that. So it's got a lot of things. I actually use this feature. I went to Disney for a week. You can actually set your vacation time in advance. If you push that plus thing, you can actually like say, I'll be gone from this day to that day, returning at this time. I will say one thing I learned, because this is my first central air unit, before I was using in-wall ones. It took about a good 4 hours for my house to come down from like 88 degrees down to 72 where I wanted it. So you might want to set it to start up 4 hours before you get back if it's that hot. Has reminders and alerts. You can actually, it says 10 alerts because it couldn't read one of my sensors. You have to move the sensors around. I'll show you one of the sensors in a little bit basically, but it said I couldn't find the sensor because it was too far. The distance between this thermostat and the sensor, it said it had to be within, I think it was 40 feet, which isn't that bad. And that's also 40 feet through walls and everything. So, but you can also set reminders, like if you have to change up the air filters, you can have this send a reminder to your app and also on the thermostat itself. Settings. You got your Wi-Fi settings, installation settings, access control. If you have kids that you don't want touching this, you can actually set a password on it so they can't use this. Date and time is usually set by the internet. Preferences, you can set your cooling range. If you had heat on here, it'd have the heat things. Screen brightness, you could change the name of the thermostats. You can see it on the app. And the hold actions until you change it, or you can say until the next scheduled activity. So there's a lot of flexibility with this Ecobee 3. And then about is like the serial number and stuff like that. But this is just on the main thermostat. Let me show you what the sensors look like. I'm going to take you to the master bedroom. And like I said, I got 4 sensors. This is one of the sensors. And then I got 3 remote sensors. So this is an Ecobee 3 sensor. And what these do is they connect with the thermostat that you're using. Again, I only have that one Ecobee 3 thermostat working right now because I just put it on the air conditioning because we're not in heating season yet. So I have this sensor and another 2 sensors downstairs hooked up to it for now. These things aren't cheap, but the Ecobee 3 does come with 1 extra sensor per unit that you purchase. And again, the thermostat is actually a sensor as well. So you can actually nail these into the wall. You can also use the included stand. That's what I'm doing, okay? They recommend that you have it 5 feet off the floor. So I have it on top of this dresser. It's really small. I mean, compared to the size of my hand, it's really small. So it's not something that you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this big box in my room, and what are we going to do with it? And what this thing does is it reads the temperature, and it also senses if there's anyone in the room. Okay, and that tells the Ecobee 3 to either include this room in his calculations or to not include this room in his calculations for temperature, which means that the room that you're in is going to be comfortable wherever you are. And I had a big problem with the original thermostat. It was a manual one. I mean, honestly, I just bought the house, so I was going to upgrade things as I go. And now I have no problem with comfort at night. If I set the thing to 72, it's going to read that I'm in this room, and it sets the thing to 72 as long as I'm in this room. And it waits for this sensor to say, all right, it's 72 degrees in here. And then it's comfortable. Before, when I had the old thermostat, which obviously didn't have any of this high-tech stuff, you would set it for 70, and this room would still be like 74, 75 degrees. So it wasn't that comfortable. And that's where the Ecobee 3, comfort-wise, is awesome, because it takes into account these remote sensors. And you can place these wherever you want to, as long as they're able to be read. Again, with bigger houses, this is going to be awesome, because it'll only use what you tell it to use it. It runs on a battery, okay? They come with the battery. And honestly, when I, in the future, hook up the Ecobee 3, all the ones I'm going to buy for the heating system, the heating thermostats, you could pop up these batteries, leave it out for like a minute, pop them back in when you're near the thermostat that you want to pair it with, and it'll automatically pair with it. So it's you don't have to buy sensors just for AC and then go buy some other sensors for heat. You can. It supports up to 32 of these sensors. Again, I'm in a 2,300 square foot house, and I have planned for, I think, 6 to 8 of these sensors for the whole house. But it's all up to you on what you want to do with it. Awesome system. They are expensive. I bought a 2-pack of sensors. I did it on eBay. I think I paid like $60-something. There's not really a lot of discounts on these at all. But your local electric company like mine, they actually offer a rebate on any type of smart Wi-Fi thermostat you install. I think it's $100 back. So, you can get some money back from some utility companies. So again, it's gonna sense occupancy. And I just waved my hand in front of it. It has a motion sensor. Last things I want to talk about with the Ecobee 3 is it does support IFTTT protocol, which means that you can go online, make an account at ifttt.com, and then you can have it so that you can have a lot of functions with this while you're away from home. I know I use the Live 360 app, and it shows where I am for my wife and I, so that way we know where we are. We check in with each other. And I have this thing set so that when we're both out of the house, it goes to the away setting automatically of 82 degrees. So stuff like that, you can automate things on this. It also supports the home kit if you get the 2nd generation. This is the 2nd generation Ecobee 3. So if you're into the home kit for Apple, I'm not an Apple person myself, but you can actually control this with Siri and your voice. Amazon with the Echo, I believe it is, you can also use that to control this by voice, or you can just use the app, which I'll show you next. And the app is pretty much just this thermostat stuff all into an app, so you can control it from your phone. I know when I was in Florida at Disney World, I could see the temperature of my house, the humidity. I could put the thing on if I wanted to, but it's on vacation mode. So there's a lot of things that you can do with the app. So as far as the Ecobee app, and I'm sorry, but I had to get out of the office because my son is taking it over. I'm an Android guy, so this is an old phone. This is an old Droid Raze Max, and I've got it installed on my new phone and everything, but I'm going to set this up to be like a multimedia remote control / whatever else I want. It's an old smartphone. So even on an old smartphone, it'll work. I search for Ecobee. It comes up with the Ecobee app. I just install it. Everything is through Wi-Fi right now, obviously, because this isn't hooked up to a phone company. So notice that the phone is a little slow because it's old. But just to show you that you can install this app. So I'm opening up the Ecobee 3 app for the first time. Okay, and it's going to ask you to sign in. So you use the email address and the password. The directions that come with it are really good. There's a register thing to register it. But I'm just going to send my email address and password, and then we'll get going. And the good news is you can install this as many times as you want. I have it on my tablet, my wife's phone, my phone, and now I'm going to put it on this spare smartphone, this old smartphone I had. So after inputting my email address and password that's on the account, where you can add more thermostats, by the way. So you probably can see outside the air conditioning. You could set it to say whatever you want. You set that up when you set up the Ecobee. It's 70 and holding right now, so I made that 70. So you see, it's just like the thermostat. This phone's kind of old. The other things, it also takes into account the weather outside, wherever you are. It has an algorithm with the weather too, to make maximum efficiency of your stuff. And it also tells you what's running, if anything's running in your house. Okay, so right now my AC is on. It's using the condenser and also the fan. And then you can also set it for, if you're home for now, you just put home for now and I'll set it to the home settings, which is 72 on mine, or the away for now, which will set it to 82 for quick changes. And then just like I showed you on the thermostat itself, it has all the options that you had, including the sensors and all that stuff. So the app mimics the actual thermostat. And it's just an app that runs on your phone. I mean, it's pretty cool. See where I put the icon. I don't know if I put it on here. Oh, there it is, Ecobee 3. So yeah, it even works on this old phone. Obviously works much better on newer smartphones that are faster, for more processing power, but this is going to be an awesome remote control for around the house, basically. And yeah, the Ecobee 3 is really good. I will show you the online portal that shows you your energy tracking savings, when it's on and when it's off. I haven't run it for more than a month. I've had it for about 2 weeks now. So it won't show me everything, because after a month it compares you to like neighbors around your, in your area and stuff like that. They're using Ecobee 3 and it shows you more advanced data. But I'll show you that next. The Ecobee login portal, if you just go to ecobee.com, push on login, and then you just put in your password, your email and password, just like on the app. It will sign you in, except when you do this, and this does the same thing on my tablet too, using an app on the tablet, it pops up with this interface. You have your settings over here, you have your quick changes here, settings. It gives you the weather right here. But the thing I want you to see over here is this thing called Home IQ. And this is the tracking software. Again, I haven't had it for a month yet, but this smart features says coming soon. And system monitor is what we're going to look at. And if you notice, it gives you a bunch of charts. This is on system. The white is the indoor temperature over time. The outdoor temperature is the green line here. Desired cool temperature was 72, sometimes 70. You can see that's this blue line right here. And these blue boxes, I believe, are the amount of time that the air conditioning was on. Which I believe that's it. I haven't really delved a lot in this. Humidity is over here. They show you the outdoor humidity in green and the indoor humidity here, so you can kind of gauge that. Schedule, it tells you when it runs the schedule or not. It just says home. Okay, it doesn't mean that it was on the whole time, but you see home right here. It runs it till there. It gives you the indoor temp again, desired cool temperature here, and the outdoor temperature there. So they even have weather impact. Okay, this cool stage 1 is just saying that I have stage 1 cooling for the air conditioner. And it's saying that as the temperature goes up, that I use it more. So there's a lot of things you could download the data to. Download it within the same things. Runtime reports will be available after you connect it for a full calendar month. Community comparisons, it compares you to other people who have Ecobee 3 in your neighborhood. And home efficiency, again, you have to run it for a full calendar month to get all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it has exactly what you need. I'm sure that as I get this over a month, I'll have all this stuff to look at, show me the efficiency and stuff like that in my system. And this will complete my review of the Ecobee 3. I highly recommend it. Again, I'll probably post another video on what I had to do in my HVAC unit. Whoever did the HVAC in my house just did one little boo-boo. They actually connected a wire to the wrong place. So I'm going to make a video on the HVAC wiring, at least in my air conditioning unit. So that way you can kind of see what each wire does. So, but anyways, Ecobee 3, great product. Look forward to installing it in all my heat things. And yeah, just it's great. The other thing, actually, before I leave you, is that it does come with a option. If you don't have an extra wire for a C wire, that common wire that needs to power the Ecobee 3 at all times, it comes with this adapter that I didn't use, but you can use this adapter. It tells you how to use it in directions. It's really easy, and it makes the Ecobee 3 be powered a different way, and you don't even have to worry about it. You just install it the way the directions say to, as long as you know that the wires are the right way, which again we'll be covering in another video. And yeah, it's a great product.